We are back. We are back. We are back on United and Everything Football Podcast. Thank you so much. It's been 2 weeks since we went away. This is your favorite podcast on Manchester United. We discuss Manchester United and everything that has to do with football. Thanks for joining us. As usual, I do this with a man, Kwame and Chubwe Siako, every single time. Thank you so much for joining me, Kwame. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, giving us a break of sorts. To gather our thoughts and focus on other things. We'll be back to make us miserable.
Yes. So that's a break. We went for a quick break with the club or the team. And, there is this short winter break that these teams in the Premier League enjoy. So we also joined them to go on a break. But we hope you've been enjoying the other videos that we've been bringing you on AFCON. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and also remember to leave a comment with us and like and share with your friends. Today we are joined by another special guest from Nigeria. His name is Canon. Canon is joining us on United and Everything Football for the first time. Thank you very much, Canon. Great to have you on United and Everything Football podcast.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Good to know. Thank you so much. Kwame, so let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we have some issues to talk about. We'll be talking about a big appointment that has been made by Ineos at Manchester United. And also we'll be looking at the game that we'll be playing this weekend in the FA Cup, and also a few bits on the transfers. These are some of the things we'll be discussing when we come from this quick break. You can stay with us. Okay, thank you so much for joining and being with us on United and Everything Football Podcast. Yeah, we truly missed you on the podcast, and we are great to have you once again here with us on United and Everything Football. So yesterday, I don't know, out of nowhere, we've all been expecting a new CEO after the resignation of our former CEO, Richard Arnold. Then boom, what many players would describe as a coup happened at Manchester United, where we have a new CEO in place in Omar Berrada, he's former Manchester City man, as top executive at Manchester City. So the question is, who is Omar Berrada? This is what we'll be addressing today on this podcast here on United and Everything Football. So Kwame, I'll start with you. Who is Omar Berrada? Before I ask other subsequent questions.
Honestly, up until yesterday, I had never heard his name before. But we know everything about him now. So he's African, actually. He's Moroccan. He used to work at Barcelona as, I think, their head of sponsorships in their best ever era. I think between 2004 and 2011, he was their man. He was the one bringing in all the cash, all the money. And he moved from Barcelona to Manchester City in 2011. He has occupied so many roles at the club since, but then the role he recently resigned from was that of the Chief Football Operations Officer. He had occupied that role from, I think, 2016 up until yesterday. So he has been offered an improved role at our club. He's been bumped up to the Chief Executive Officer of Manchester United. He replaces who. If this Ineos is going to operate in such swiftness and get these kind of, we've always said they should get the best in class. It doesn't matter where they come from. If they're going to operate this swiftly, then I'm really looking forward to how they are going to, probably change our fortunes in the very near future. It's exciting. They went to Manchester City, which is the best club in the world right now, and got one of the best people in the world to come and occupy the role. It's all that we can ask for. No more family and friends appointments by the Glazers. Just get in the right men for us who can do the job, and they don't come any better than this man who speaks 5 languages, apparently. 5 languages. Yeah, so yeah, it's exciting times, I guess.
Canon, what did you make of this
Yeah.
appointment? How did you feel when you heard of this appointment?
Um, I was, if I'm being honest with you, I was indifferent because of the way our season has been going. Honestly, there's nothing that will give me joy at this present time. But I felt okay. It's probably a step in the right direction because we've needed some people that know what they are doing upstairs. That's the hierarchy, the people called football and the recruitment and every other thing is just a mess in Man United. So I felt this appointment was long overdue, because of our past or our former chief executive. So let's see what happens. Man U is a different kettle of fish from Man City. The pressure
Yeah.
here is different. So him performing is not guaranteed. So let's see how it goes. Imagine nobody knew about his name up until okay, most people didn't even know who he was up until when he was announced. That will show you how big of a club Man United is. So it's just hopefully he performs and does the right thing that he's meant to do. So
Right, Kwame,
yeah,
like Canon said, not
man.
many people had an idea of his existence. And I always say that United is a different gravy. I mean,
Yeah.
you just yesterday, his social media account, which is X on X or formerly Twitter, was 9,000 and some figures. As at last night, yesterday, as I checked, he was close to 30,000. I've not checked this today, the whole of today. I'm sure he should
Mhm.
be hitting about 40,000 or something, but it tells you the magnitude of the environment he's stepping in. I did a bit of reading from the Athletic this morning when they sought to ask who is he and trying to throw more light on his personality and everything. He's someone who has always maintained that he likes to switch from his comfort zone. Of course, being in Man City, winning all over those years. I mean, at the start, I'm sure for him would have been a challenging role. And now he's experienced a lot of success with a team that he worked with there. And now he's coming into a team where, or a club where success has been an alien to it over the last couple of years. Who's used,
Last decade.
yes, who's used to
I'm
success,
saying
and
it.
our success have become a bit of an alien to the club, where he's supposed to revive and put the club onto a different pedestal, or what the club has always been known for right now. Now, um, what do you make of the kind of challenge is likely to face up at Manchester United? Because even Ten Hag has no hair but still losing hair. Very soon we'll get to his
Uh-huh.
house.
It's a monster club. It's a monster club. We saw a few posts from his social media over the past few years, saying all sorts of negative stuff about Manchester United. There was one particular post that drew my attention where he said, "Where has Manchester United gone wrong?" That was in 2014, right after Alex Ferguson. Well, he has the opportunity now, as the chief executive officer of our football club, to put things right.
Yeah.
So whatever that he saw, whatever he has been seeing over the past decade from a distance, if he has the answers to them, he better come and answer those questions for us now. See, it's we have gone through periods over the past decade where we've had our hopes and expectations risen when there have been certain appointments, especially when it comes to managers. But I think it's gotten to the point right now where all fans aren't as gassed
Yeah.
as we would normally be if such appointments are made. We are at the point where we don't have that much hope anymore. It's more like come and show us the
We
work
are fed
now.
up.
Yeah, just come in. No talking. We don't want to hear about he did this and he has done this before and come into this this huge football club, massive football club, and come and put your imprint on the club and let us see the work. Because this club is different. Fortunately, I think he's worked at huge clubs in the past. Like I mentioned before, Barcelona, monster club. Manchester City, we don't want to talk about how they got there. We don't want to go into that 115 charges and everything. We don't want to. But they are there now. They are the best football club in the world in terms of how they operate and in terms of success on the football pitch. And that's his portfolio to come in, marry the commercial side with the priority, which is success on the football pitch. So all I'd say to conclude is I wish him all the best because this is a graveyard. United has become a graveyard. I wish this lad all the best under Ineos, and it's a good start. Quick, early appointment, low key, not much noise, out of the blue. If you're going to sign players the same way, then that's great. There's a man who stopped City from spending over spending too much for was it Harry Maguire?
Yeah.
He has always said United should sign players. City should sign players for the right price all the time. We have been overpaying for a lot of our stars who have turned out to be flops. He should come in there and correct all these things for us, correct our transfers, correct our wage structure, and then we can more. As for finances, bringing in money is not a problem. United is a money-making machine anyway under the Glazers. So just get us operating properly as a football club. All the best to him. All the best.
All the best to him. But my short assertion or my short submission on him would have to do with the kind of work that he'll be asked to do or the kind of things that he'll be doing when he comes to occupy that position. I mean, there's a lot more at stake at the club currently. A lot isn't going on very well. I mean, a lot of people have spoken about the culture of the club, where it looks as if the culture has shifted from a much more football environment to a more business environment where the emphasis or the focus is not just on football, but on other things within the club. And he has a huge task on his hand. He claims he's a man who would want to be out of his comfort zone and try and, bring in all the necessary changes. Another thing so we would expect a lot more from him. Another thing that struck me has been the way and manner Ineos, as has been said, in conjunction with the majority owners, that's the Glazers, went about this whole thing. It was quite swift. No noise making about it before we could see one Saturday evening, bam, breaking news. This is what is going to happen. So if this is how Ineos is going to operate, then I don't know what we should be expecting.
Long may it continue.
Long may it continue, not those prolonged, protracted deals where the news will be out there dragging and you have to pay that compensation. Anything that has to do with Manchester United has to drag on over the last 10 years.
Over-reported, dragged,
and I mean, there's a lot of things that do come with Manchester United. A lot of people were thinking that, perhaps when it comes to player transfer, it's going to be like that. Please, player transfers, they are a lot more involved than you think. A lot more parties involved. So as for the league in that area, it will come. Omar perhaps he just had one agent or something they contacted, and perhaps they had to do. But when it comes to player transfers, it comes with a team, agents, and other people. You don't know who will leak. Someone will definitely leak. So that one, I'm not expecting it to be. But I mean, in terms of the swiftness or how things go about, I expect a lot more better things. But let me get to Canon. Canon, what's your general expectation of Omar Berrada? Just give me two things you would want him to tackle first when he occupies that position. We hear he starts work in the summer.
First of all, the winning mentality, because it starts from the top, then it fiddles down to the bottom, the players and the coach and every other person. And the recruitment, our recruitment has been, I feel, the worst in Europe in the past 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. So that is the most important. I feel if you can get the recruitment right, I feel we are on the right path to at least build something good with this United side because I feel we've been played in the past few years now. They've um they've bullied us kind of, in the market because they feel our recruitment um is not up to standard. So they play around with words and they end up getting what they want from us, You could check all our past signings, not one of them has even come close to being what the first fee. So it's mind-boggling and it's very annoying if I'm being honest with you. I feel if you can get that right, at least let us have the purchase right, if I may say. If you want to buy a player, you know that it's play for a club, for a big club, not he's coming for maybe money or the transfer fee or something. He's coming to play for a big club, like clubs like Real Madrid. If Real Madrid wanted to sign a player like Anthony now, they won't offer anything less than 50 million pounds for him because I don't see what and like I feel let me pass on that. Who else? We bought Rasmus, a prospect for 80 million. A prospect for 80 million. And he hasn't hit the ground running. Okay, Champions League he scored like 5 goals. But that's not enough for a striker of a club like Manchester United. We should be going for the top targets, the big dogs. But now they feel we are, I don't know. So we've been played a lot these past transfer windows, and I feel we need to get it right. It's very important. If we want this success that we crave for, we need to get it right. Players like Amrabat are not meant to be in Manchester United. Okay, that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, so the recruitment is the most important thing for me because that's the base of everything.
All
So
right.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Canon, on that. Kwame, so let's quickly switch to, so there's a lot more that will be coming up.
Oh, one more thing he should deal with.
Uh-huh.
The Mason Greenwood situation. He should deal with it. You bring our boy back.
You should bring
now.
Mason Greenwood. All right. Okay, thank you very much, Kwame and Canon, on that issue on Omar Berrada, the new CEO of Manchester United. We'll bring you a lot more on that on United and Everything Football podcast. Please stay tuned with us. So we'll be bringing you a lot more. Our team is back in action this week against Newport in the FA Cup. Last time we played we played in the FA Cup. We beat Wigan Athletic by 2-0. We've discussed that in our previous episodes. You can check it up and listen to it. But we played against Tottenham Hotspur also before we went for that break, and then we drew that game. A game I felt we should have won, but we drew that game.
Yeah.
Let's get to the game against Newport. Kwame, it's been about a week or two that the team has played. It's been exactly a week today that the team played against us. It will be in action this week against Newport. I don't know how well you think they needed this break, and what we should expect from the team going into the rest of the season from this break. Arsenal came from this break and then bang on, beat Crystal Palace by 5-0. Do you think this break is going to be of any benefit to the team, having players returning and all of that?
The last thing you said was the most important point about this break, having players returning into the team. We couldn't have asked for a break at any better time than this one. We need to, we need a reboot to restart. And we've been offered a chance in is it the fourth round of the FA Cup? Is that fourth round or fifth round of the FA Cup against Newport?
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I just know there's a two-side and we are supposed to walk in there in that small ground of theirs and just give them a proper battering. We should qualify into the next stage of the competition. That's a given. But then what I'm looking forward to the most is players returning. The likes of Casemiro being 100% fit to start games. Mason Mount very close to fitness. Harry Maguire coming back. Luke Shaw coming back into the side. We saw Lisandro Martinez make a cameo appearance against Spurs. You could instantly see a difference the moment he stepped onto the football pitch. So if we could get some of these quality players back playing in the second half of the season, less games to play, more time in between games, we should be able to finish the season strongly. Ten Hag needs to finish the season because the way Ineos is operating already, they are fast, they are swift. If things aren't going well, next thing you know,
you are gone.
somebody, if he wants to be part of this project, I think he has to show something from now up until at least March, when formally the Premier League declares Ineos to start operating with us as whichever means they are coming to operate at the football club. Ten Hag needs to show something between now and that period, because big decisions will be made before the summer, not during the summer, before the summer. Yeah. He has to start showing up.
All right, Cannon, what's your expectation? Do you think there's going to be any change with this break that we've had? Do you think it's going to impact our season in any way?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think we've played with our full strength squad since the beginning of the season. That's our normal 11, like our best players on the field of play. Licha, Varane, Dalot, Shaw, Casemiro, Fernandez, maybe Macy Mount, Garnacho, Rashford, and Højlund. I don't think it has ever happened. So I feel the players are coming back. I feel that's unity and strength to the team that has been lacking for a while now. So players like, I feel there are some players as well that I really don't know their injury updates. Players like Malacia. I don't know if he's pregnant for Rashford or I don't know how that dynamics works. Players like Mount. I've not heard any updates concerning Mount, and he's part of the issues I was talking about. We bought Mount for like 65 million, I guess, and he hasn't played up to like 6 games for us since the beginning of the season. So there's a lot to be hashed out in this team. So I feel the players returning will add a lot to the team and strengthen the team better. At least, if not anything, let's finish the season strong. At least for bragging rights, basically. Because I don't think, if I'm being honest, there's anything for us this season. Let me be blunt and honest. This is just a written off season, because we are out of the Premier. We are not in title race. No Carabao, no Champions League, no Europa League, FA Cup. And guess what? If you check the statistics, most of these competitions that we were in before, guess the person that has been the sole proprietor part is so what like the cause of our misfortunes from these competitions. It has been our keeper, and we bought him again for how much? 70 million. And he has been costing us competitions, cost us the Champions League, he cost us in the Premier League, he cost us where again? Carabao Cup. I don't know. So this is just it's a mess. So I feel finish the season strong. Next season, I don't know. If you're going to do a overhaul, you're going to sell. In fact, sell half of the whole squad. Let's start again, because it's something that I feel they are getting away with it, because players are meant to play on the pitch. You see Ten Hag will have, let's say now, few players are meant to do what they are meant to do. That's play and give their best and their all for their club and their team. But these players are not doing close or half to what they are meant to do. So like it's a complete mess. So I feel some players need to be shipped out. People like Martial, In fact, if I go through the whole squad, you see that half or more than half of the whole squad
we'll probably have to give you time to go through the whole squad.
So
we'll give you the time. We'll make
So,
you
yeah,
we'll make you the soon to be appointed director of football. Then you get rid of all.
The clearing agent
let's
of
try
the
and finish
side.
strong. That's all. Let's try and finish strong. That's
All
my
right.
prayer and my hope for them to
Okay.
finish strong. And that's
All right.
it. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Canon. Kwame, as he's talking about clearing players and all that, let's just dive into the transfers. Let me pick your thoughts on Martial. It's becoming evident that we can't rely on Martial anymore this season. It looks as if we should be getting ready to um, you know, find a new striker, a makeshift striker at least to help us throughout the season. What do you make of that, Kwame? Let's quickly wrap it up with that.
It's last January all over again. We have to go into the market for a lone striker because Anthony Martial cannot stay fit to save his life. It's deja vu.
These are some of the
reasons why. Yeah, it's the same person. These are some of the reasons why it's very hard for me to stick a boot in on Ten Hag, because the kind of things he's actually dealing with at the football club, it doesn't make sense. He's made more loan signings than any other manager in our history. 6 loan signings in 2 seasons out of necessity. Mm-hmm. Instead of kicking on and signing a striker who would, complement us, we have to go into the market to look for a third or second grade or third grade striker just to make up the numbers. I hear the likes of Choupo-Moting. Come on, Choupo-Moting. That's what we have to rely on. Another Vegas. So yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully we get in somebody, because we have to get in someone and see the season out, like Canon is saying. Not with much expectation, just see the season out as in the best possible way that we can.
All right. Okay. So Canon, let me give you just a minute. We are running out of time.
All right. So yeah, transfers. I feel there's nothing we can do this January. If we try to sign a player this January, I don't think it's possible because of the way the club is run. They will probably be calling astronomical fees for a player worth like 10, 15 million. So I feel we should hold out to the summer. And maybe this is my opinion, yeah. Maybe I feel Højlund is still a prospect. He's still quite raw. Yeah. He's not the finished product. Far from the finished product. So I feel maybe if there's money in the bank, I hear Victor's
I knew you were going to go there.
Victor's release clause is like 112 million. So we need a dog, somebody that can fight for the team, that runs without getting tired, that runs the channels, hold up play, everything. In fact, we need an elite striker. And if you go to the market now, you look at top 4 strikers in the world right now. You call Kane, call Haaland, Lewandowski, fizzled out. Then the next name, in the list is Osimhen, and the club like Man U, Manchester United are meant to be going for the best of the best, and Osimhen is the best of the best. So if clubs like Chelsea, Arsenal are trying to get someone like Osimhen, I don't see any issue with Man U trying to get a player of that caliber. Put Højlund aside. I feel he'll come good, but he's still like 20 years, I guess, or so. So he's still quite young. So now we need the finished article, to propel us to greater heights. So,
okay.
Osimhen, yes.
All right. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us on this beautiful episode of United and Everything Football. As usual, remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, share with your friends, leave a comment with us, like. We appreciate everything you do for us on this channel. We really, really appreciate it. Please remember to subscribe. Remember, subscribe, and keep subscribing. Never get tired of subscribing. Thank you so much. So we are grateful for your time.
Like, share, comment.
Like and share it as well. We are grateful for your time. Have a great time. We'll be back on United Everything Football. Have a great time.